the Doctor and Rose take off and have a couple of adventures, and then they come back and you never really saw companions and families and stuff like that. Right. And they come back. He said, "Well, we've been away for a couple of weeks. No, we've been away for a year." And there's like missing person posters and stuff like that. And I thought that was just a genius touch on his part.
Absolutely,
loved that.
Yeah.
One of my favorite characters from that roughly time, but Bernard Crippen.
Yeah.
Oh God, what a consummate actor!
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely.
And I want him as my granddad.
Everybody wants.
Everybody, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay, I'm not a one. You must understand, I am a recent convert.
Yeah. What was that show?
It's Outlanta Con and Gaylaxicon's fault. Okay, his fault.
I'm happy to take credit for that.
I remember watching a few of the Tom Bakers,
Mm-hmm.
but when they were running them on our local PBS station.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, interesting. I hadn't really gotten into SF&F yet. And then after a couple of years of listening to y'all talk and going, wow, interesting. I caught a couple, well, I came in about halfway through the second season with David Tennant.
Mm-hmm.
And fell flat in love.
Yeah.
I can now say I've seen the last 3 with
Eccleston?
Eccleston,
Okay.
whom, forgive me, I didn't care for.
Yeah, he didn't grab me like the other.
Okay, Tennant walked on water. The jury is still out on
Matt Smith.
Matt Smith. There are scenes that tear my heart out,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not quite sure if I like this guy yet.
A friend of mine pointed out that Matt Smith has a mannerism that is a little bit like Tom Baker, and he mumbles things under his breath, and when you listen to what he's saying, it's really very funny.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't noticed that.
His timing is incredible.
Yeah, I hadn't noticed that.
As an actor.
That's a little bit of a Tom Baker doctor that he's put into his interpretation.
There's also, he's obviously been watching Tenet too, because every so often he'll have a mannerism or a turn or a pacing on a line that he's channeling David Tennant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting. I finally, okay, the first 2 this season.
Mm-hmm.
I finally went, this guy could work out.
You think so? Maybe he's got a future in this.
Yeah, I finally
And the past.
watched all the way through and thoroughly enjoyed every scene.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, he's growing on me.
Well, yeah, I mean, every actor, takes a little time to settle into.
Settle into the role,
because it's
yeah.
not your average role.
No.
You don't find roles like the Doctor in just any, cop show or whatever.
No.
So it's definitely an art form, and you got 48 years of tradition to live up to, and that's, God bless anybody willing to take on that kind of job.
Yeah.
It's like Daniel Craig being a new James Bond.
It took him in what?
It took him 30 seconds to win me over.
Yeah, but you like lunch.
But yeah, exactly.
All he had to do was walk out of the ocean in that little
Pretty much, yeah.
whatever he was wearing. And I was like, awesome, sold.
Aesthetically pleasing, yes.
Right.
I'm a lady after all.
But you were saying you like Bernard Cribbins. I was going to tell you there was a funny TV show from Christmas 2009. I believe it was 2009. Yeah, called Never Mind the Buzzcocks, and David Tennant is the host.
Oh God!
And Bernard Cribbins is one of the people on the panel. So if you can find it, it's hilarious. But it's called Never Mind the Buzzcocks.
Okay.
Yeah, I was saying, if you like Bernard Cribbins, you gotta watch it. It's so funny.
I see. Oh.
Yeah, you about fell off the bed.
You're correcting me further, aren't you?
Every time I watch it, it's one of the few side specials that's Dr. Who but not Doctor Who related that just cracks me up every time I watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I had a laugh the other day when we watched, because the Graham Norton comes on after.
Yeah.
Well, I hadn't been paying that much attention. I noticed that David had Chuck Taylor's on, and then when he took his shoes off, I realized he's got the Superman special edition ones with the. He was showing people his socks, so he took his shoes off.
In case you missed it, David Tennant and Catherine Tate were on Graham Norton a week or 2 ago.
Yeah.
They are wonderful.
3
together.
weeks ago in
Oh,
the UK,
yeah.
last week.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So am I gonna get things chucked at me like projectiles if I say that I never warmed up to Catherine Tate?
Oh.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. In her first appearance in The Runaway Bride, we were at Dragon Con, and in the British media track, I'm one of the staff members there, and we had like 150 people in a 100-person room, and they're all like sitting there, and everybody hated Donna.
Oh.
In that first story, hated her. I loved her, and because she was very Tegan-like, and I loved Tegan. When she came back,
wasn't Rose. That's
when she came back a
a
season later, everyone was like, "Oh, we hate that. We don't want to see Donna come back." And I'm like, "We're going to come back next year, and you're all going to have fallen in love with Donna."
And that was
Nobody will remember this moment, but every one of you people, when we say, "Did you like Donna?" you'll all raise your hand, and it's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Not every single person, but
Well, I'll say this. I liked her in The Runaway Bride, but I didn't warm up to her.
Yeah.
Not until I saw Partners in Crime. And I was just like, that's when I really started to like her.
yeah.
But she's really nice.
And then also I'll say this. Also, when I saw the little short they did for, I think, Children in Need or her special thing, where she plays the schoolgirl.
Oh yeah, Lauren. Oh,
Yeah, Lauren.
Oh,
And
as an actress, she's extremely
Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah.
I just, every time I see the character,
Mhm.
I'm going, you can do better.
Yeah.
yeah, I like
The little
Donna.
short that they just did with the TARDIS and the TARDIS.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
That was funny,
that
yeah.
was
Yeah.
It reminded me, the very first time I ever saw Doctor Who was actually as far back as 73-ish. And it was being shown in the afternoons as a kids show in the DC area. And they stopped in the middle of a story because they started covering the Watergate hearings. And it was like, it was like 20 years before I saw the rest of that story.
That's what people ask me about student episodes.
That's the longest cliffhanger I've ever seen.
I was like, time something. Anyway, it was a Pertwee,
Yeah, the Time Monster.
time monster, and it had the TARDIS inside the
Yeah.
the Master's TARDIS inside the Doctor's, which caused the Doctor's to be inside the Master's.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
recursively
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
And as a little teenage kid, I thought, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And it reminded me of that scene when they did the TARDIS, and it happened in Baker's.
Yes.
In
Yeah.
Tom's final, Logopolis.
Yeah, that's right, that was Logopolis.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they.
Someone like to tell me what the hell they're doing this season.
Who?
Are we gonna lose him or not?
Who?
Oh well, we don't know.
Spoilers.
I mean, mostly
I doubt
that's
it.
speculation.
I doubt it. I doubt that that Smith will do just 2 years.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've heard. I mean,
He's
I've
having too
heard.
much fun.
Well, no, I mean, I've heard he wants to stay till at least the anniversary.
Who wouldn't?
I mean, that's what I keep hearing. I mean, and that's just that's just him talking.
Yeah, and
In
you
interviews
can't
and
take
stuff.
anything like that because if another job comes along
Right.
that's
Yeah.
better or pays more or whatever, he
They
might
gotta
see
pay
all
the
that.
mortgage too.
He still did Christopher.
He what?
Christopher and his con.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, there's plenty of opportunity to do outside work.
Oh yeah.